Phil with Castle here. There are a lot of ways to assemble drawers. Today I'm going to show you how to quickly assemble drawers using screw pockets and a simple assembly jig. We have a lot of customers from small and medium-sized shops that use screw pockets for drawer assembly. Even larger cabinet manufacturers are now using screw pocket joinery in their drawer builds because of the quality and strength of the simple construction method combined with how fast this process is. You shouldn't hesitate to use screw pocket joinery for your drawers either. Here are a couple sample drawers using screw pocket joinery. In this very typical case, I'm using 1/2 inch pre-finished plywood for the sides, the front, and the back, and then 1/4 inch pre-finished plywood for the bottom. If you want stronger drawers, say for shop cabinets, use 5/8 or 3/4 for the main frame and 3/8 and 1/2 inch for the drawer bottom. Now, since we're only going to be screw pocketing the front and the back of the drawers, the screw pockets will never be seen once we apply our decorative front and then install the drawers. I like to assemble the drawer box frame first and then slide the bottom in from the rear. This requires a back that ends at the top of the drawer bottom groove. The drawer bottom is then attached to the back. Now, just a note on glue. Glue is technically not required for assembly, but feel free to use it. I would recommend a standard woodworking glue on bare plywood and unfinished wood, and then a good melamine glue like this on melamine and pre-finished plywood. Here's some rules of thumb on the number of screw pockets to use for each corner of your drawers. For 3 to 6 inch wide drawers, use 2 screw pockets. For 6 to 9 inch wide drawers, use 3 screw pockets. And for 9 to 12 inch wide drawers, use 4 screw pockets. Here's a really cool simple jig that can make assembling drawers and other box type structures super easy. And it's made just from scraps. And of course, just for fun, I added some laser engraving. It's made of just a few pieces and parts, most of which is just 3/4 inch plywood. So for the main base, we have a piece of plywood which is 16 by 19 inches. Our side fence is a 4 by 19 inch piece of plywood. And then our front fence is a 2.5 by 12 inch piece of plywood. For our top fence, it's just a piece of scrap wood, 2 by 2 by 16 inches. And then we have a horizontal toggle clamp and then some other miscellaneous hardware to assemble the jig. So the size is just a suggestion, so adjust it according to your needs. A link to the basic drawing of this jig will be available below. I went ahead and pre-drilled all of the parts to make the assembly easier. First, the side fence is screwed down to the base with 8 screws. I have decided to make the front fence adjustable for different thicknesses of material by using threaded inserts and bolts. Now, if you only use one material thickness, the front fence can simply be screwed down to the base at the appropriate dimension for your needs. Now that the two threaded inserts are installed, we can install our front fence with 2 bolts and 2 washers. And at this point, we don't want to tighten the bolts. Now we can install the top fence. And this is the most critical part of the assembly, and we need to make sure that the top fence is square to the side fence. Again, I'm using threaded inserts and bolts for some flexibility, but you can use your favorite screws to permanently attach this. This jig was sized so you could use all the way up to 12-inch wide drawers. If you don't have the need for drawers of that width, you can certainly cut the jig down to whatever your needs are. The last thing we need to do is screw down our horizontal toggle clamp with 4 screws. And then we'll adjust the clamping pad height so that we have the proper pressure on our material. This is just a basic toggle clamp, but you can certainly upgrade to a auto adjusting style. And here's the completed jig. So I've went ahead and cut all my drawer parts to length and width. I've also grooved the sides and the front to receive the drawer bottom. This groove is a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch. I left a 1/2 inch reveal here from my undermount hardware. So today I'm going to be cutting the screw pockets on the Castle TSM22 low angle pocket machine. You'll notice that on the work deck I placed a piece of 1/8 inch hardboard. This shim will automatically adjust the position of the pocket in the pilot hole for this thinner material. Let's cut the pockets. The last thing we need to do before you use the jig is to set up the front fence. So we're going to take a piece of our drawer stock, set it in front of the top fence and clamp it down. Now we're going to push the front fence into our drawer stock and either screw it down, or in my case I'm just going to tighten up the bolts. Now we can remove the clamps in our drawer stock and we're ready to use our jig. To start the assembly process of the drawer, we're going to take one of our drawer sides inside up. We're going to push it up against the side fence, all the way up against the front fence, and lock it down. Here's our drawer back. You'll notice that I already have the screws preloaded just to make the process a little bit easier. There's no groove in the back, so we want to make sure that we line up the top of the back with the top of the side. Now we're going to simply hold the back up against the top fence while we screw the assembly together. Now we're going to unclamp the assembly. We're going to flip it around, lock it down. We're going to grab our front. We're going to make sure that we have our grooves in the proper orientation. This one we can just push up against the side fence and screw the joint together. You can see how nice and clean the joint is, nice flush joint. Now we're going to flip this over. We're going to grab our opposing side. We're going to place it on the jig. We're going to make sure that our grooves are in alignment. And continue on until we finish the 2 last corners. we go. Now that our main drawer frame has been assembled, we can slide the drawer bottom in the grooves and secure the bottom to the back with staples, screws, or brads. So prior to attaching the bottom to the back, I want to make sure the drawer is square by making sure both diagonal measurements are the same. Good. That's it. A quick, super strong drawer that's ready to be installed in a piece of furniture or cabinetry. I hope this video was helpful. We'd love to see your assembly jigs and what you do with them. If you have any questions about using screw pockets in cabinet construction or about any of our pocket cutting machines, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at castleusa.com. Stay tuned for more tips and product videos. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.